Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Looks like the chat's already in full motion.
I was gonna say, and I'm so proud of myself. I think that's the first time since we started this that I started this right. I got a camera set up behind the scenes. I'm like, I think if I turn our cameras on and then close that screen, I'm like, I think it worked. So I got to write this down so I can remember how I did that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Welcome everybody. Good chat going already. So we've got, I saw Regina in, we've got Amanda was in from, I think she said, I want to say Massachusetts. I got to go scroll back up. Salem.
Our friend from Salem. Yep.
Yes. So welcome everybody. Hi, Melissa. I'll say hi to Melissa so I don't miss Melissa this time.
And Francie, and I saw Carol and Penny and Brandon. Hello. Hopefully we've covered everyone. who's currently here. Oh, and
Yes.
Pam. Hello, Pam.
Oh, Pam. Yep. I said hi to
Yeah.
Pam earlier when we were doing our. I saw you. So here's why I went and bought stuff, and this is all your fault today on the live for buying stuff. So I saw you stocking up on all this paper, and so I'm like, I went online really quick to see what I had on this new app thing. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go buy some papers so that we had the same papers so we can start lining up on stuff.
Yep.
There's some good paper though. I got the autumn. I got the. Did you get the autumn collection?
Yeah, I already had some, so I did get some of the other colors that are in there. But yeah, I mean, today was the day to do it, or I should say this weekend is, because of all the freebies that you get with the, I'm going to mess up the name of the promotion.
Well, he always does that Friday freebie thing or something too, or something. He always does something going
Frenzy.
firework. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Penny.
So yeah, I had to stock up on some paper, and then I saw you stocking up. So then I went back and looked because I'm like, okay, there were some paper pads in there. So I got the Cityscape paper pad and some of
Yep.
those really cool ones. So yeah,
Yeah, Cityscape is awesome.
yeah, $100 later, but
I hear you. It goes quick.
it does.
Goes
It
quick.
does,
Hey,
it does.
Shirley. Isis, hello.
Hello, Shirley.
And
Um,
Sandy.
But this is our last week diving down with mermaids and crabs and fish and I kind of this has been kind of a fun run this month. So I'm kind of feeling sad this is our last
I
ocean
know.
mermaid themed card.
Our last time under the sea.
I
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
July's got some good. We've got some really good stuff. That new release with the books. Oh,
The new release. And honestly, I am really looking forward to next week.
I know. Our Christmas in July.
Yes.
Yep. And we both turned out some really cool cards. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They both were great. So, yeah.
We got a vintage vibe, old time Christmas vibe going for next week. So super excited. Really cool stamp sets included in next week's bundles. So stash away about $75 for next week so you can get into this bundle.
Exactly. It's one you're going to want. That's
It's
for
one
sure.
you're going to want. It is definitely one you're going to want because there's two
Yeah.
good, huge, nice stamp sets, two of them in this one.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Well, should we head on down and get our crabbiness going on?
Indeed, we shall. I'm just going to come
right.
up a little bit. Just fix that a bit.
Sandy's wishing she was swimming under the sea. She's got some major hot flashes going right now.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That is not good.
Well, I don't know if this card's going to help. This could be the crabs and a hot flash. Probably not a good combo.
But we have a really fun bundle for you tonight that we're going to be playing with. The bundle is $40.93. If you are a subscriber, you will get a discount on that. And Shawn, do you want to walk us through it, or would you like me to?
Sure. So the first thing we have is this new slideshow collection. So you're going to get the base stencil, which is this. You're going to see a lot of the new collections are coming out with the slide part of it to go with the base. So if you're getting the bundle tonight, you're going to get this base, and then from now you'll just be purchasing the slide. So we've got the Summer Vibes slide, which has your sun, your flip-flops, ice cream cone, and a sailboat on this one. Then we've got our little Happy Crab stamp that says this is Claws for Celebration with a little crab on here. And this is just one of those little stamps. So cute little guy there. This one coordinates, if you've gotten any of the other mermaid stuff, this one coordinates with all that mermaid stuff really, really well. Yeah. Then this really fun, really bright Mermaid Friends paper pack. And again, everything's double-sided. We've got everything from flamingos to tropical to mermaids to surfboards, fish, sun, pineapples, bottles with a little note in them, castles. So great paper pack, not only just for under the sea kind of themes, but birthdays and things as well. So really good, fun, bright card pack. And then it's going to come with the quartz white sand paste. If you haven't had the sand paste yet, just know it's very gritty, very sandy. And you'll see on my card tonight that like I put this over a ink smushed paper, and it will pick up that color. So if you're wanting to keep it white, you're gonna have to put it on not so colored kind of paper because it will pick up that color, especially if it's not completely dry. But really gritty. So this is the quartz white. I think there was two colors when they knocked these out.
Yes, there was the white, and I believe there was a blue one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I got that. The other one is. Oh, yeah. I got the little tube of it. It's the Starlit Shore, but that's not with your pack tonight. The quartz white is. Then I gotta look at my notes because I think I'm missing something.
The shimmerless.
That wasn't. I didn't see that on the bundle. When I went online, I don't think the Shimmer Mist was listed, but the Happy Crab cut files was added there. So they are getting the Happy Crab cut files with it, and I believe the free gift is the 10 card bases. Penny can kind of verify for us. I don't think Shimmer Mist was on there, but they got the cut files for the Happy Crab and the A2 card bases.
I'm looking at the list that Heather had sent us, and the Ocean Paddle Shimmer Mist is on that list.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking
That's
Pearl.
okay.
I was thinking
That's
Pearl.
okay.
Every time somebody says Shimmer Mist, my brain goes to Pearl. You're right. So it's I believe it's the Ocean Paddle Shimmer Mist, which it's that turquoise kind of. I'm everything turquoise right now anyway. So, yeah. So there you have our bundle. Should we show them our two cards?
Sure, let's do that. So, here is the card that I made with tonight's bundle. As you can see, we have this is Claws for Celebration Sentiment. And I used the sand paste to create the ice cream cone that he's holding and to create my son. And just to show you, the prep work that I did was that I have those here already, and I'm going to color them with alcohol markers. So you can color right on it. It's going to absorb it right in, just like you see here. And that's the fun celebration that I created.
And I did a fun little kind of fun fold. So I just did a little Z fold. All right. So A2 size card, score your top panel, top flap at 2 inches and fold that back. And so mine just opens up with a little pop out kind of thing in the middle. So I just did 3 crabs, and then I put my sentiment on the middle. My back panel originally was supposed to be the paper from the paper pad is how this was laid out. So I added 2 pieces of paper here, but then on this one, I just did a card panel and I ink smushed it. And then you can kind of see I laid kind of around what I was kind of creating a shoreline with my sand paste where it picked up the color. So, and then I used the sun stencil here and just used my yellow chroma glaze to make a stencil up in the corner.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I've got a little assembly to do on mine, just a little kind of stuff in the middle here and then some ink smushing. So, yeah, I won't get started. I think I've got to do my ink smushing first so I can get some stuff to dry.
Okay. We will dive in and start creating.
And welcome, Ellen. Ellen, I saw you pop in there. So welcome. Oh, thank you, Regina.
Hello, Ellen. And also I saw Andrea come in.
Good crowd this evening. Happy 4th of July weekend. If anybody, Walter and I were talking here pre-show, and he's been off for the week. I'm kind of now off the rest of the week. I got the pleasure of saying don't come in tomorrow, even though I've got a lunch meeting, but that's okay. I'm having pizza with my staff, and then I'm done for the day. So
how bad is that? You know, pizza and then being done.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
I could handle that.
Well, and he's like, "Don't come in." I'm like, "No, I wasn't gonna come in anyway. I'm going straight to lunch, and I planned on kind of ditching early anyway." now, now I don't have to feel guilty about it.
So just to show you, as I had mentioned, you can take your alcohol markers and go right onto this dry sand paste, and you can, easily blend with your colors as well. So it is really such a fabulous product because it just soaks that right in.
I am not, in case somebody's going to ask, 'cause I'm sure somebody's going to ask, I am not using any watercolor paper. I'm just using regular plain old cardstock because I didn't plan on saturating this too heavy. And so when I do that, because it soaks up, I just do a little drying in between so it doesn't get too muddy on me. Because this doesn't sit on the surface of that paper like it would on a watercolor type paper. So,
and this sand paste is so versatile. Here we are tonight using it under the sea on the beach, if you will, and you're going to see that you can use it on your Christmas cards as well.
mm-hmm.
It really is quite flexible. And you know what I like about it is I found it easier to spread than the grit paste from Ranger. So I love grit paste, don't get me wrong, but I actually think that I like this sand paste, the white sand paste, even more.
Well, this is creamier. It's definitely creamier.
Yep.
And it's got, it's literally like it's almost like a toothpaste mixed with a real fine sand, I guess is the way I would describe it, because it's that really creamy texture, where the other one is what you're talking about is it's a little more of a thicker, it's almost like a fibery kind of product.
Yep. And you know what I think is really cool is when I colored in my cone on my card, you still get those little flecks in there that to me make it really look like a sugar cone.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it came out looking so cool. So I was really happy with that. So will you be in Minneapolis, or I'm sorry, St. Paul this weekend?
I am. I've got no travel going on.
Nice.
I am in town, and I have been invited to 2 holiday pool parties / grill parties, and I think I'm gonna try to make them to both. Actually, the one starts at like 2, and the other one starts at 5. So I figured I could probably make it to both.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very
Get
nice.
to see some, two good parties to see a good group of friends I haven't seen for a while, which will be kind of fun.
Awesome.
Melissa, the paste is that I was just holding up in my fingers. I was just trying to show the texture of the sand paste that's in the bundle. So, and it's the quartz white one. I was just trying to. Walter and I were just talking about the texture of it.
Something I didn't do on my card that I made for the example, but could be fun, is now that I've colored like my ice cream cone in with alcohol markers, I'm going to use some gel pens to add in some little, depending on what part of the country you're in, it's either going to be a sprinkle or a jimmy. Here in the Boston area, we tend to call them jimmies. I don't know why, but that's what we call them. But I know other parts of the country, they call them sprinkles.
Are you talking like sprinkles that go on like a sundae or something?
Yeah.
And they're called, what do you call them?
In the Boston area, we called them jimmies.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I think the only place you will hear that is in Boston.
Huh.
I could be wrong. Maybe others do as well, but
Is there a history behind that? Do you know? Or
oh, Francie says Pittsburgh says Jimmy's too. You know, Shawn, I have no idea. Because back at home, in Western Mass, same state, just out west, we called them sprinkles.
Yeah, it was always sprinkles. Well, anything North Dakota doesn't make it right, but I think back home in North Dakota for me was candied sprinkles, I think they called it, or something. But
okay, so Isis is saying that in southern Jersey, where she grew up, they were called that too. Okay, so it sounds like Jimmy's isn't that foreign of a term. All right.
I've never heard. I'm gonna Google that because I've never heard that. I'm just curious if it was invented by Jimmy or if it's just a regional thing. I'm just curious now.
Yeah. Good question. I wish I had an answer.
Well, welcome, Jim Eber. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Jim.
See, on the other East Coast, Carol's saying sprinkles in California, so that's got to be regional.
Okay. Yes, Brenda. In Holyoke, they are sprinkles. Okay, so I added my sprinkles on with just some gel pens. Oh, really, Jim? Yes. I know Friendly's very well. That's a local restaurant and ice cream chain here in Massachusetts and throughout parts of the Northeast. My niece actually worked there through high school. My nephew did too. I miss Friendly's. A lot of them out in the eastern part of the state have closed. But I love their chocolate milkshake, which they call a fribble. Delicious.
A what? A fribble?
It's called a fribble, yes. That's their version of a milkshake.
Okay.
And the people that it's the fribble was based on a milkshake from a restaurant in Rhode Island. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but their version of the fribble was called an awful awful. So you'd go in and ask for a chocolate awful awful.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We're quite interesting folk here in the Northeast.
I love it. Everyone's going to be going for ice cream tonight. Brenda thinks you're ignoring her.
Oh, Brenda, I acknowledged you.
You did acknowledge her. I think that was it must have been delayed.
Oh, okay.
She's like, LOL, my brother's ignoring me tonight.
Oh, no, I hope you heard me.
I heard you, so in your defense, I did hear you respond to the holy smokes or holy oaks. I did hear you respond.
My sister has selective hearing.
I'm not taking sides, so I don't want to get stuck in the middle of that.
Yes, quite right, Isis. Yeah.
All right, I think everything's dry. So what I did when I did my card is I tried to create kind of a sunny spot up on top, oceany, watery kind of something on the bottom, and a little mixture. So it got more defined on this card, which is fine because we're going to separate that anyway with my paste. But before I do the paste, I'm going to do my sun up in the corner. And because it got so yellow this time, I actually think I might take, I wonder if I have a, oh, I do. I'm going to do an orange sun, I think. I'm going to do the Pinata orange. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do my favorite of all time, which is that Motel Sunset Glitter Glaze. I can't get enough
Ooh.
of that.
Yeah. Jim, yes, Brigham's. Again, I think just about every location in the Boston area has been closed, but we can still get their ice cream in the grocery store, and Brigham's has an amazing candy cane ice cream that is just so yummy. It's a mint ice cream with bits of candy cane crushed up in it.
Oh. Oh, that sounds so good right now. And cool. That sounds so good.
Yeah. Francie. Yeah, I do like Ben and Jerry's too. In
I'm a Ben and
college, when we
Jerry's
go to
addict.
Ben and Jerry's, there was always there were chalkboards up in the retail locations, and my friends would go and write my college dorm telephone number on the chalkboard,
Oh, jeez.
telling people to call me.
Oh, God.
Too funny.
So I'll warn you, the first time that you use this slide is I now mask off the sides for sure, because when you slide this, I'm gonna take this off before I ruin it and try to like move my hands. Let me take this off so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Especially if you're going to do some major ink blending. If you look at it, you can see that there's a little gap on either side so that this will fit and slide through. So if you're going to do some, I'm heavy-handed. I'm not delicate when I do my ink blending. So I just mask those little slivers of pieces on the side off. I did the bottom here because this is the end of the slide and the flip flop was starting to peek through. So I'm just heavy handed. So that's why I do that.
Okay, so those are colored and die cut out. Let's stamp my little crabby guy. Yeah, they were friends. We would, but in my defense, we would play pranks on each other. So I happen to know, we had a kind of, I guess, our own telephone system on campus, and they provided the phone, and it was like a digital phone. And I happened to learn from somebody in the computer lab that there was a code that you could enter into the phone and then dial someone's number, that it wouldn't ring, it would just turn their speaker phone on. And so I'd get revenge on them by like dialing that in the middle of the night. If I was still up studying or doing homework, I would just like start whispering and saying things through their phone to them. So I got my revenge.
Oh my gosh.
I did unfortunately really scare one of them one time. Good times.
All right, so I took my sand paste. The sand paste is still thick enough though that you can smooth it through a stencil. You can also it's still got some like a whipped peaking. So by tapping at it, I can get it to peak and get the texture out of it. Or you can smooth it through. Either one. So it does have some substance to it. I just tapped a little extra through to make it look like basically like white caps. So I'll set this aside to dry. Yeah, we'll glue my pieces together here. Well,
Francie. I mean, it possibly, but hey, somebody shared that code with me, so I mean, the summer I was there for, I had worked an internship during the whole spring semester, and then I took my classes over the summer. Yeah, we had a lot of fun that time, taking out the dining hall golf cart for a bit of a ride and having some hooliganish fun.
Did you ever get any phone calls off of your phone number? I'm just curious now.
There were some hangups, but I don't know if it was related to that or not. But no one ever called and asked for me. So. That's right, Francie. All bets were off. Oh, the fun we'd have. We were, the Wellesley Country Club was across from our campus, and we would take cafeterias out, trays out of the cafeteria, and we would, at night, later at night, when the golf course was closed, in the winter, we would go sledding on the golf course hills on trays from the cafeteria.
He probably slid with them being so slick. I bet you those slid really nice.
Oh, they were great.
You
Yeah,
probably got some speed going on it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All was good until all of a sudden the lights would come on and you'd have to go running.
Right. So my inside piece is basically 3 inches by 2.5. I'm scoring it at 3/4, 1.5, and 2 1/4. Then you fold it in kind of like a book. But to get just so it doesn't so it collapses really nice, you have to trim off then just a little piece, just a little sliver off of one side. So that when you glue this inside, it lays down much nicer. And then burnish it really good so that it lays flat.
It was like that, Francie.
Picturing Chevy. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't go sledding into Walmart though, so.
Right. All right. On my sample card, I used this side of the paper with the mermaids. Just for fun, I'm going to switch it up and do the blue side with the fish tonight. But on my sample one, you can see I used the mermaids. But I'm feeling the blue.
Nice. Yeah, I kind of switched up my paper tonight too. So good minds think alike.
Well, it still matches because I've got some yellowy stuff in here. I've got some yellowy kind of stuff on the fish, and so it still matches nice.
Yep. Okay, I have to do just a touch of drying.
I agree. I agree with both of you, Sandi and Francie. I would have actually loved to see like how much momentum Walter got on the on the tray. Okay, here's the piece I pre-did, and you can see how it picked up the color. And I did the sun and yellow on that one. Here's the one I just did tonight. So I'm going to glue this in and dry so it dries flat here. Well, I color up my crabs, and then the crabs are about the last piece that I have to do on mine. And I'm going to do some alcohol markers on mine as well. Thank you, Jim. All right. We've got to give our union member the brick its time on the camera here for the evening.
That brick is in demand. They love it.
Hey, they're union. You got to give them their allotted time slot.
Hello, Christopher. Welcome. Nice to see you coming on in to say hello.
Pam and Shawn, when you do a fun fold card, what makes you decide to make it into a fun fold? I always have trouble remembering to use them for cards unless it's really obvious how it can. Honestly, honest answer on that one for this card in particular was the stamp dictated to me what I wanted to do for this card because, and I just recently did a video on this on my channel of itsy bitsy things like this. I struggle with what to do with them and how to make them into a card and not be this little tiny focal point kind of thing. So I always struggle with that. So this one immediately, because I knew we were going to do the crab. It was our last little under the sea stamp. I honestly immediately started looking at fun folds for this one because it was a small little bitsy piece. And then I just found this layout and I thought, well, I'm going to put 3 on there just because. So this time the stamp dictated it for me. I have done other background stamps where I've done fun folds in them and then cut them up so it's like a cut up piece of the whole background. Again, for me, I would say 90% of the time it's the stamp or the stamp I want to use that dictates what I do with that. I hope that answers it. There's not a real answer. And sometimes maybe it's just you want to do a fun fold and you start figuring out what design you want to do. So I struggle with deciding that as well. I know like Candi and I know Christopher does so many of them. And I feel they are probably much better at it than I am. This one took me a lot of decision making. Let's just put it that way. I hope that answered your question, Pam. Probably a longer answer than you wanted. Are we drinking? I saw. Wait, Abby. Oh gosh, please tell me we don't have a drinking game going on already over crabs.
Oh, funny. Regina's asking, "What's the brick?" Oh, Regina, this is going back to our first or second episode.
I think so. Yeah. Well, we both. Okay, but now, you've got to show your brick for full story on this. Let's give her full story.
All right. Actually, I have it close by, so yeah, I have it. I'll let you go first because your brick is fancier than mine.
Okay, so when I started doing lives, we had just put in a pool at my house, and they were throwing away all these scrap bricks into the dumpster, which I was like, okay, that's a lot of money that we paid for one. So I went dumpster diving one night after the brick people left and got myself some of these bricks because I thought they would work fantastic for flattening out cards to get them flat. So after I glue them, everybody's got different things. I know there's the share kindness glass brick thing. I think Christopher uses, Jennifer McGuire uses it and things. I use a brick. It works well for me. It's heavy. Not going to lie. It's quite heavy. I have to be careful with this glass mat. And so anyway, when I started doing lives, I got out this brick. I have, she's now a really great friend who we're practically neighbors when I lived in Atlanta. Cordelia has been watching my videos for a long time. And she started commenting on, oh gosh, here comes the brick again. And so the brick just became a thing. Well, then pick up how many months late, several months later, maybe a year later, I'm on this design team with Walter, and I start doing lives. I can't remember, Walter. I don't remember if I got my brick out for. This sounds so horrible, but
Yeah, you had grabbed yours first.
okay, so I grabbed my brick, and then somebody, I think somebody commented on it, or I even said something. Somebody's going to comment on it, and then lo and behold, you're like, "Oh, hold on, I've got even a better brick than that," and then you got out.
So I call mine the ghetto brick because it really is a brick that I wrapped in a Ziploc bag and put white duct tape around. And the reason for that was to
Cracks me
keep
up.
the like pigment from the brick from getting onto my cards or staining them. So this is my ghetto brick. Now, as Shawn, was it Shawn or someone in the chat a couple of weeks ago pointed out, I can never take this brick with me to the airport because I might get stopped and they might think it's a little suspicious the way I have it wrapped. But that's my ghetto brick.
Because if you get, especially if it's wrapped in a baggie like that, they're gonna pull you because the dogs aren't gonna be able to smell it, and like I work in the airlines. I think I had mentioned something. I'm like, I don't think you're gonna ever and maybe we were talking about CYOE. Like, you're not gonna be able to go to a class or anything and bring that with. I mean, first off, why would we? Because that's how many pounds in our bag. But
yeah. But yeah, that's Shawn's brick is a lot fancier than mine. So I have we'll call that the Boston brick.
Yes, right.
Kind of as a good symbol of Boston.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I even moved this one all the way from Atlanta. So it was a good thing I wasn't paying by the pound on this move like I did when I moved down there. It was by the pound. Oh my gosh, these bricks, like, they keep this. We need to come up with a better story. I just enjoy the fact that we start doing these lives and we both have a brick. It just cracks me up.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Ellen says it's the COVID brick. It's sealed nice. It's like the COVID brick.
Oh, funny. Yeah, hey, it does the trick. Like when you need to flatten something out, it definitely I have to paint my brick, add lunar paste. Oh, that's a good idea, Mary Alice.
Yeah.
And by the way, hello, Mary Alice. Nice to see you.
Yeah, you got to be careful though, because it's like, well, you said I have to wash mine every now and then too and give it a bath just because it gets stuff on it. So you'd have to make sure. It'd be kind of fun to paint it. I wonder if you could paint it and then like seal it somehow so that stuff wouldn't get on your projects,
Yeah. That would be fun. Hello, Christy. Glad that you could finally join us. I know you've been working late. Hello, Anthony. Nice to see you. And hello, April. Nice to see you too. Welcome back.
Hello. Hey, Anthony.
Yeah, I have to say, to April's comment, what is really nice is, I had watched Shawn's videos before he joined the Brutus Monroe team, and I always thought that he was a really nice guy, and I thought that the two of us creating together could be a lot of fun. So definitely, it's the brick just adds to the story of our friendship.
It was meant to be. How'd you guys bond? Over a brick. A very heavy brick.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, and then I think it was when we started this new season, it was, I think it was Melissa that kind of suggested this, that like you guys should do a men thing, right? Wasn't it Melissa?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. she had reached out to us and mentioned that, and yeah, and look at that, here we are.
My brick looks a little gentrified, like the anthropology brick.
We are brick buddies. Actually, I have to say, I think that Sandi was really funny. She said Shawn's brick is probably covered in glitter glaze.
Well, not gonna lie, it is. There's a lot of pink stains on it, so yes.
Well, Anthony, yeah, I saw that you'll be teaching a class. I wish it was closer because that would be a lot of fun.
So yes, I made the insane decision to fussy cut these little things out, and they are small to cut out.
The crabs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'm doing the same thing. I had fussy cut mine as well. Which, for those of you considering the bundle, what's nice about the bundle is the digital cut file, the SVG, is included.
Yeah.
So you could potentially not have to fussy cut it out.
I might have to go download some of those and get some of those as well. I always forget to look on that section of the website.
Yeah.
At the SVGs.
You know, for me, you know, I took Candi's SVG class, which was great, very helpful. I still haven't tried it, and partially because I don't mind fussy cutting, you know, if it's just a little bit. And I've also been trying to do a lot more masking lately to kind of like really practice masking and blending more. So I haven't been cutting as much.
I've been doing the same thing with the masking, just because there's been so many things come out lately with some masking techniques and stuff. So I've been doing the same thing. Like I went and bought one of my Christmas cards coming out with the plaid. I did all that with that mask. What is this called again? I went and bought a whole pack of these just for fun. Oh, the 3M Post-it tape.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and stuff. You know.
Yep. I use that as well.
I've just noticed so many more things with masking techniques. So I've been doing the same thing, just kind of playing. You know.
Yep. Yeah, I use a lot of that Post-it tape. I like that when using it for holding a die in place, it truly is low tack. You really don't get any kind of residue left behind. It's pretty nice that way.
Regina thinks our bricks should go on a toddler date.
Oh, there you go, April. Yeah, I don't. If Christopher's listening, maybe we could get some Brutus Monroe branded bricks.
We could do a Men of Monroe brick.
I suspect the shipping might cost a little much, though.
Yeah. I suppose to manufacture them, we could find them like a manufacturer of headstones, like where they engrave them and stuff.
Ooh, there you go.
Ooh, scraps of that would be good because they've got, they're usually sealed.
What was that?
Like a headstone scrap.
Yeah.
Because they're usually like sealed, shiny granite and things. That would work.
Yeah, totally.
Then it would have to be engraved like "You're dead to me" or something on it, just for fun.
Gotta have a sense of humor,
right? It's got to be a stamp out there that says that. I would assume.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure that one of the companies that has the snarky sentiments
Yep.
The one that comes to mind that I think is starting to come back now is Ink Road stamps. It had been kind of quiet for a while, and she's reopening again. So she has some really snarky stuff.
She's got some very snarky stuff, and I love them.
Yeah, I've bought some of them. So, yeah, nothing that can be discussed.
Yep,
In this
exactly. There's somebody, and I can't remember her name, I follow on Instagram and stuff that will post them, but like the very first picture is always like warning, adult content or something.
Yes.
Of course, I'm like, click on it right away.
Oh, me too. I have to see it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I gotta see this one.
Yeah, they are hilarious, Francie. Hey, Jana.
All right, one more little crab.
Actually, I have to say, I was so happy that I was finally able to get it. Ink Road also put out a Dolly Parton stamp. That's an image of Dolly, and it has a couple of her more famous sayings with it, and it's just fabulous.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, it's awesome.
She's gonna be in Vegas,
I know.
And we did look up tickets, and it's like $1,000.
Yeah. Well, part of the issue is that the scalpers just swoop right in and get all the tickets, and then they go up even higher.
Yeah.
Yep. I know. I saw about her 7-show residency in Vegas. It is quite expensive. I was lucky enough to see her though back in 2016 when she came to Boston. And I mean, it was a great night.
Oh, I would love to see her. Just a classic performer.
Yeah. Someone who, it's those older performers who really, give their audience everything they have.
Yep, totally.
Just real showmen and showwomen. So.
Yeah, my partner said he had logged in to buy tickets, and I didn't know he was doing this. And he said it was literally like 300 and some thousand in the queue, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm not. No."
Yeah.
So.
You're right, Francie. It does ruin it for everyone, and I wish that there were more regulations in place for concert tickets. I mean, quite honestly, I fondly remember the days of going to a local store that was also a Ticketmaster outlet and standing in line and getting tickets, and it was fair. You were able to pick out your tickets. Yeah.
That's part of that's just part of going. Like that's why I love going to New York and stuff too, and then standing in the rush line and the ticks or whatever line it's called. Because that's just part of the process and nostalgia of it, right? Like you stand in line, and then there you get to pick out your tickets. Like they tell you here's the price, and you can pick out where you want, and I mean that's just part of it.
Yeah. Hello, Heather.
Miss Collins, hello. I always keep a little fine tipped Sharpie. Black Sharpie.
I agree, Heather. It was a lot of fun. And that's just like there was when I worked in Boston for a number of years, and Tower Records in Boston was having a CD signing with James Taylor. And so I decided after work to go get in line, and I met some really interesting people that night. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I was in line for probably 2.5, 3 hours before I even got inside the store. But the cool thing was, even as it approached time for it to end, and they had said, should we, cut off the line now and tell people that it's done? He said, no, if they're in line, they're going to get their CD signed.
Nice.
Yeah. And he took time. Why it took so long is he was quite the talker, like chatting with people, and just a really nice guy.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, Sandi, that's awesome. I love Adam Lambert. I think he's so talented, and him playing with Queen, I would have loved to have seen that.
Oh, I would have loved. And Cabaret. He was in Cabaret.
Yes.
I would have loved to see him in Cabaret.
Yep. Although I believe that Billy Porter is now playing the role of the MC in Cabaret, and I think he'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. You know who else I want to see on Broadway who has just taken Broadway by, well, two people, but the first one taking Broadway by storm right now, Jinx Monsoon.
Yeah.
I would love to see her. I know she's going into O'Mary right now. She's just leaving Penzance.
Yeah.
I would just love to see her. Such a great entertainer, too.
Yeah, fabulous actress. I mean, and versatile. Like, she does musicals, but then she was also played a villain in Doctor Who.
Right. Totally.
So. And who's the other one?
Cole Escola, the new Broadway sensation with O'Mary and stuff right now.
Yep, just won the Tony.
Yep.
Yeah, agreed. I would like to see that.
I like his story of how he came up with O'Mary.
It is pretty interesting.
Yeah, just hit him one day and he just wrote it in his phone or on a piece of paper or something. What if Mary was whatever, and here he is,
Yep. Yeah, I agree, Francie. I love Billy Porter and Regina. He is so talented, and if you didn't have a chance to see him on Broadway in Kinky Boots, you can it is available to rent on Amazon. They had filmed it, and it is available to see, and I would highly recommend it. It is just such an amazing show.
All right, my little mechanism, when you fold it in the book, you glue the little pieces on the one side, line it up in the middle, and then it'll do its little fold here for you once you start folding it. So, all right, I'm going to attach my crabs here. Oh, my jewels. I need jewels. These guys need some jewels. Really quick. Oh, we got time. Need orange.
Actually, you know what, Francie? I if you have a Blu-ray DVD player, I know not everyone has DVDs anymore, but if you do, I could always mail it to you. I actually have it on DVD. That way you could see it.
Yeah, he was amazing in that show.
Yeah. My large roll of the double-sided tape from Brutus Monroe that came out last year is dwindling down, and when this is gone, I'm going to be so sad. Okay, Francie, you got it. Regina, absolutely agree. Just so amazing.
It's a great story, too.
Yeah. I mean, even the original movie was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't seen the original movie, it wasn't a musical. It was a a comedy, a dramedy, if you will. And it's great. Same story. The musical just adds the music in, but other than that, the same story. And just really fun and an amazing message.
You know what else is a really good show, and I knew nothing about it? Listen to the music, and you know how you like some of these come out and you listen to the music, you're like, I don't get it. I'm gonna have to see the show. Like I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Is Shucked.
I haven't seen it, but I heard that it was amazing.
Oh, I am not even kidding you when I say I don't remember the last time I belly laughed so hard for so long. It
Oh,
is one line after another, a little risky, which makes it hilarious. Um, it was the best show I think I've seen in a long time. It was absolutely hysterical.
yeah, it got a lot of great press when it came out. I think I don't. Did it win Tonys? I know it was nominated.
I think it did, but I think so, but I'm not totally sure. All right, while I'm thinking of it, so I don't forget, um, we just have to mention all the products that we're using. Walter and I get these as part of the design team. And so we have not paid for these products. We just feature them on our show for you guys on these lives. But that bundle is $40.93. So if you're interested, I did hear Christopher say this afternoon on the packing live that once these are gone, they're gone. So the stock is limited on mermaid stuff. So if you like the mermaid stuff and you've been toying with it and still want it, get it, because he did say today it is almost gone, and when it's gone, it's gone. We're moving on to the next release stuff. So
Yep.
all right, got my sentiment left, and I can glue the rest of this together. I agree with Gina. It is hysterically funny. And for me, I wasn't sure what to expect, so it was surprisingly hysterically funny. We had gone for drinks at the place next door. Our tradition is we always go to this restaurant, sit at the bar, same bartender, chit chat with him, gets us some cocktails, and we go to the show. And the lady behind the bar was like, "I got a ticket free from a friend, and you guys are going to pee your pants." So, and she was right. It was hysterical.
Yeah, it's definitely one I'd like to see. Agreed, April. It is mermazing. It's been a lot of fun creating with this collection. Like Shawn had said at the beginning of the live, this is, I think, our third or fourth time using it. And we've just had a lot of fun. But we have, as we said earlier, we are going to have the new release that we'll be using soon. And next week is something that is really special. I think a lot of fun. And that will be with a Christmas theme. And it's just, it was a lot of fun to create with.
I particularly like our stamp too that we picked out.
Yeah, I do too. And Francie, hopefully you can see those little jimmies, on there. Ooh, Jim, I did not know that Cyndi Lauper is working on a musical version of Working Girl. Huh.
Oh,
That is interesting because that the theme from that movie that Carly Simon wrote, Let the River Run, won an Oscar for her. So that is interesting. Hopefully it will make its way into the stage musical.
Co-wrote Kinky Boots, wasn't it with, I want to say Harvey Fierstein. Wasn't Harvey
Yes.
Fierstein?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Like it didn't think I was that crazy. I'm like, for some reason Harvey Fierstein was on my brain with that. So
Yeah. Yep. They did an amazing job.
I just watched a little interview with him the other night, and I didn't realize he's just living in I want to say Connecticut, some small town in Connecticut, just loves the small life. And
Good for him.
mm-hmm.
I mean, he's had quite the career himself.
He has. Yeah, he totally has.
I mean, anyone who can play Edna, is it Edna Turnblatt in
It is. Yes.
with that voice? I mean, he really knocked it out.
Exactly. Okay, I'm done.
Thanks, Bryn and Regina. Awesome.
So this is my version of tonight. This was the sample one. I like that blue actually on this one. It brings out the water stuff more, it looks like. So yeah, this is my easy, simple little fun fold. Super easy. And then that was the sample one. So with the mermaid paper. So there you have mine. Would you switch up on yours for tonight?
So for mine, I just switched up the background paper. So in the original, I had the sandcastle kind of in the circle, and then the celebration pineapple and candy in the background. And on the one tonight, I did the sandcastles in the background, and then had the flip side of the pineapple paper and used the suns.
Love it.
So, yeah, just two different. It changes it a bit, just gives it a different look, but overall, lots of fun.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Melissa said it perfect. Crabtastic cards. I love it. I love it. Perfectly said. That I'm gonna go up to my face cam here.
Okay.
That's the perfect ending for our mermaids, and this was just a crabtastic month. So that's the perfect ending. This was really fun doing all this mermaids and crabs and stuff this month. So
Yeah.
I personally feel like these stamp sets pushed my limits a little bit on just discovery of things I can do with them. So these stamp sets were like, because they were all small, right? And like I said in the earlier, I'm like, sometimes so small they give me the shakes a little bit, like, oh, like what am I doing with this little stamp? So I had a lot of fun making these this month for sure.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I think you and I both have our comfort level in florals. We love doing florals.
Yes.
And doing characters like this really do push us out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
Yep. Penny has put in there, don't forget about all the great goodies that you get through Sunday with the Firework Frenzy promotion. So this alone is $40. I think you guys spend up to $60 to get all these freebies. So add some shimmer mists in there, add maybe some glazes or something in there. There's some of the new slides. There's some new slides out there for the books. Add those in there. To get you, there's some really great freebies. I got some of those freebies myself today, and you probably did too with your order, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get them. They're going to be a lot of fun. Those postage washi, the scary character postage washi is amazing. So
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, I'm I'm ready to go, everybody. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys every single week. Do not forget, I forgot to mention, hashtag Men of Monroe Wednesdays. If you're creating anything with this mermaid stuff from inspiration from us, hashtag Men of Monroe Wednesdays. We really want to see what you guys are creating, or if you're crafting along this evening, post a picture and hashtag us. We would love to see that. Yeah, and we got Christmas next week.
Christmas in July. I can't wait.
Yep. Awesome. All right, you guys. Thank you so much, and we will
Thank
see you
you.
guys next week.
Have a great 4th.